Give another appreciative applause. Amen. God bless you. Our speaker, none other than Brother Bennie Thompson.
Good evening. Well, you all really know how to put pressure on a fellow. Behind these two singers, you got to hear a politician. Dr. Young kind of said, you're going to have to come on with it. So I had to go outside and figure out what I need to come and say. But, you know, what can you say to people who figured that the best thing they could do is be an organization and be organized and be led by a great person like Jerry Young? You know, I kind of asked him when I sat here, what was the secret? You know, most of us in the House run every 2 years, and you either run scared or you run unopposed. And your great leader is unopposed. So, and it's a long way from Lamont, Mississippi, to head this great organization. And let me just, as a point of personal privilege, say to Mike Espy, brother, 2 years is a short time. And every time you lose, you pick yourself up and you say, there are some things that I could have done a little better that I'll do better next time. So for everybody who think he's done, we coming back, you know. And the second time around is much better. So because I'm not a preacher, I can at some point say we're going to come take up collection for the campaign, and I want everybody to dig deep at that point. You don't have to do it tonight because we're going to support the credit union tonight, but we're going to support Mike Espy later. So I'm here. Charlene, thank you very much for the speech. It's so good to see Brother Morris and a whole bunch of other people. I left Washington, D.C. today. I'm going back early in the morning because you know we have a problem. Now, the only way we can solve that problem is sticking together. Don't let people divide us. There are some people in the name of the Lord say this man is the best thing since sliced bread. I don't believe it because I have to deal with him every day. And the policies that he's espousing are not the policies of a Christian. And so what we have to do is carry it forward. Now, what are we going to do? There are 55 black members in Congress right now. With your help all over the country, we were able to do that. We've come from 12 to 55. And some of them said, oh, that go to neighborhood. But that's all right. You know, we are here, and the problem that this administration is having is they figured it out. The browning of America is also in leadership and everything. So it's just a matter of time who will new majority be in this institution. So what I need from you all is a commitment to help us make America really great again. Now, how do we do that? First of all, you've already made that decision by deciding to collectively pool your resources. Now, you know, there are a lot of things in this country that are said about people of color. Now, I'm told at one time there was a wise man who offered $10,000 to the person who could ask a question that he couldn't answer. First, they got 3 people there. The first question they asked the young man was, on January 28, 1948, how many stars was in the sky? I said, my God. Said 8,746,892,407 stars in the sky. said, my God, you're right. Next person got up. They said, all right, on a beach a mile wide and a mile long, how many grains of sand? God said 14,777,670,403 grains of sand. So the $10,000 reward is still there. So they said, you know who the third person that got up. I don't even have to tell you that. They said, well, wise man, if you so smart, you tell me when black folk gonna get together. The man said, I'll take your check and go sit down. So what you have done, Baptists, is defied the conventional wisdom that you can't get together. So now you have collectively pooled your resources to form a credit union. Now, after you do the credit union down the road, we got all these churches you've been hearing about. They all have insurance on them. So why can't we have a Baptist insurance agency insuring our churches? You know, that's how you collectively invest in your communities and what you do. Now, I don't have to tell you about the cars you drive. We ought to have some black folk having car agencies so we can do that. So there's a lot of vision that you have with your leader here. And so all you have to do is work with him. And I implore you to do that. Because if not, that fella, you know who I'm talking about, is waiting on you. Because if you believe him, we are in trouble. Now, 800,000 people right now out of work because he want to build a wall. Yep. Now, mind you, we saw the people when they left Guatemala. You understand? We followed them from Guatemala to the United States border, 1,100 miles, and you tell us we need a wall? Come on, give me a break. All we do is just move the assets to where they're coming. But they want you to know they're coming. They're not trying to slip in. You saw them when they left. So the notion is you don't want them to come because they don't look like you. And see, if you talk about our Bible, you'll understand that there are certain things that are said there that are instructed. So for immigrants, it is important that we consider all of us, regardless of color, regardless of sex, we are all the same. So don't let people divide us with certain things. And so what we will have to do tomorrow, we're gonna wrestle with this guy. And we're gonna make him holler calf rope, if you know what I mean. Now, you might be a city boy, but if you're country, you know what calf rope is. That means I give. And so the notion for us tonight is, what are we going to do? Now, first of all, Nancy Pelosi is the leader of the Democrats in the House of Representatives. She's doing a good job. She's tough. Make the man so mad he walked out his own meeting. So the notion is that we have to support her. Now, I'm telling you this for another reason. Because we had another woman who ran for president of the United States. And some folk had the audacity to say it wasn't time for a woman to be president. Now, the wife I got, it'd be trouble if I told her it wasn't time for her to run her own career. Your wife too. So the notion is that women have a place. We have to respect that. Now, I don't know who's coming in 2 years. It might be Kamala Harris. It might be whomever. But I don't want you to hear that craziness that it's not time for a woman. Because I heard the same comments when Barack Obama ran, that it wasn't time for a black to be president. So we can do this thing if we stick together. So Baptists, you're the largest organization of black folk in the country. You all can set the high water mark for being together. And you can do it in the name of doing what's right. You don't have to claim a fraternity or sorority or anything like that. Just do it because it's the right thing to do. So you're going to have to help and do something very, very tough, Dr. Young. You'll have to get the other denominations to get around the table. You're going to have to get the Methodists. You're going to have to get the Pentecostals. You're going to have to get all those groups and say, look, it doesn't matter if we in the same boat. When the boat sink, we all sunk. So if I'm in the front of the boat or the back of the boat, when it go down, we done. So collectively, we can pull this unity thing off and make it work. So I implore you, as Christians, help us make this thing work. You have the nucleus for doing that. You're in every community, and all you have to do is help provide the leadership. I encourage you to do that. There are a couple other things I want to share with you. There are, as I've already said, 55 members of Congress right now. But if you go down the list, most of them are Christians. They're either AMEs, they're Baptists, they're all of that. I encourage you to figure out in your community who these people are and go to them. Now, in the House of Representatives, we in charge. Now, some folks say, well, I just want to be in the room. No, you don't. You want to be in the room in charge. You understand? Being in the room in charge means you dictate the agenda. So that means that when the Coast Guard Commandant comes into office tomorrow, he's talking to his boss. Who's me? And so it's not, well, we all in this together. You're in the room together, but I'm in charge in the room. And so that is real important. Now, what has helped me with that is the fact that I know what side my bread's brown on. And I haven't forgotten from whence I've come. I know the bridge that brought me over, and I'm not going to forget it. And so it's the black church that has been my anchor my entire life. Even when you go back to slavery, Massa thought we was singing and shouting, and we were scheming how to get the heck out of Dodge, But we were in the church house doing that. And so the notion is, if we as Christians can use the church as our anchor, we can get out of just about any situation. But now, there are some false prophets out here. When I see them coming to the White House and putting their hand and the cloth and the oil and all that other stuff on the president, I'm trying to figure out, what is that Christianity you are studying? Here's a man that talks about women, talks about children, separates families from each other. They tear gas women and children crossing the border. And you say this is a man of faith? Come on now. I was born at night, but not last night. So the notion what we have to have in this country is a church that's strong with leaders. Now, pastors, you are gainfully employed in most of your situations by folk who want you to bring the message. Now, if you bring the right message, there ain't nowhere in the world you can get fired. Now, the right message, that means it's right and independent and straightforward. If you do that, the black church will be stronger. If not, the charlatans will take over. And when they come to Washington, it is unbelievable what you see. You see it on TV. And if you don't believe me, switch over to Fox every now and then. and then you'll switch back to MSNBC or CNN. You know, I call home at night, and every now and then I make a mistake, Pastor, and call when Rachel on, and my wife tell me call back when Rachel go off. But that's good. That means she's watching the right station. So what we have to do, and I want to encourage you to do it, is stick together. It's absolutely important. We are in for a fight for our life. We won't get a chance to impeach this president because the folk on the Senate not going to support it. But we can do and have hearings and oversight. You know, there are 5 of us who don't have enough sense to be afraid. I guess that's a good way to put it. Because we're going to ask all the tough questions. You know, why did you triple the price of the hotel's rooms during your inauguration? Or why are you, well, it's trust me, it's a lot of stuff. In the Constitution, they say the president can't make money. Well, Secret Service, which is under me, they have spent $300,000 renting golf carts at his places. You understand? Now, a lot of other things, I could give you the whole bit, but you got to watch it play out because it's all going to be televised. And that's what he doesn't want to happen because transparency is important. And once that transparency occurs, the jig's up. We're going to produce income tax results for the last 10 years. We're going to without integrity. Now, that's tough now. You know, and we have to do better. In addition to that, there are a couple of Bible verses that I want to share with you. Matthew 25, 41, 46 says, "Then shall he say unto them on the left hand, Depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. For I have hungered, and you gave me no meat. I have thirsty, and you gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in naked, and you clothed me not, sick and in prison, and you visited me not." Now, I could paraphrase that now and say I was hungry, and you cut food stamps. I was thirsty, and you poisoned my water. I was a stranger, and you tear gassed me. I was naked, and you wouldn't give me a livable wage. I was sick, and you tried to repeal Obamacare. I was in prison, and you treated me less than a human. On the Statue of Liberty, it says, "Give me your tired, your poor, your whole masses, yearning to be free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore, send these, the homeless, the temptress, to me." Now that's what we're saying to people at the Statue of Liberty who want to come to this country. And this president is trying to change the whole dynamic and say that we don't want people here who look like them. All of us are immigrants. All of us are 2-3 generations from somewhere else. Our folk came in the belly of a ship. We didn't want to come, but you brought me here in chains. But guess what? I don't know anywhere else. I ain't going nowhere. So I'm going to stay here. I'm going to fight till the bitter end to make a difference. So if that means that we're going to have to play by the rules, that's fine. But now, one of my colleagues, when I got chair again, he said, "You gonna be fair?" I said, "What you mean?" He said, "Well, you know, y'all in charge now, and I just need to know you gonna." I said, "Look, you don't have anything to worry about. I'm gonna treat you just like you treated me." So now, hopefully, he got it. But now, a little bragging on our committee. We have the most diverse committee in Congress. My staff director is a 2 Blue College graduate from Grenada, Mississippi. You know, and they tell me that we can't do good things. We have to have experience. James Brown said, I don't want you to give me nothing. Just open up the door and I get it myself. So if I don't help people who look like me get an opportunity to be a staff director of a committee, who gonna do it? Some of y'all come in the office, start dancing, looking around. I know what you're looking for. And they say, well, is this your staff? I said, I got some more. They said, well, is it like this everywhere? Yeah. They said, well, look, I understand affirmative action and equal opportunity. If I don't do it in the Mississippi delegation, it won't get done. So I accept the burden of affirmative action. But I don't substitute affirmative action for people not being competent. I'll put the folk that we've employed up against anybody. You know, they absolutely do it right. But there's a burden. And if we can move that mammal a little bit, we'll have some more people. The last thing, Doc, I wanna say, I have had the good fortunes, like Mike, to attend Nelson Mandela's inauguration as president. I attended the inauguration of President Obama. It was wonderful. It was historic. But for you to lead this dynamic organization at this point in time, there's nothing any better than where you are right now. Thank you very much. So, Brother Morris, always good to see you. Ain't no question. I remember when we both had 6-inch afros. Now we've matured and a little wiser. But the last thing is thank you so much for inviting me to come. But I want you to come and see how we take care of business in the nation's capital. Because we are your frontline defense against all of this stuff that's going on. And we're going to absolutely have to get it right. Second best is not good enough. We need your encouragement. We need your leadership. And above all, you have a great leader. All you have to do is follow that great leader. And you'll get to higher heights. We can differ. We just don't have to fall out. You know, different makes us better. So I encourage you to do that. Now, when you go back home, Christians, I want you to see how you're spending your money in the community. Look at who you got your insurance on your church with. You know, look at who has the air conditioning and refrigeration contract for your church. Because you can help small black businesses right now. And I know you got a lawyer that look like you. You better. Otherwise, you're going to be in serious trouble. Apart from that, we can start right now, all of us as committees of one, making it better. So I appreciate the opportunity to come and talk a little bit about what's going forward. Over the next 2 weeks, you're going to see something. Tomorrow might be a historic day. I think the Speaker of the House going to tell the President, you can't give the State of the Union address till you bring the workers back to work. Now, I told you she was tough. Now, when they put that on him, you just get ready. Ain't no telling what he's going to do. But you know what? We have to hold fast. Because what I see in this person is not good. And it's not the kind of person that I want my grandchildren to be familiar with. I don't want my president, when he comes on TV, I don't want to have to send my grandchildren out the room because I don't know what he's going to say. You understand? That's something. In 2 years, you told over 7,000 lies. Now, that in itself tells you what we're dealing with. 7,000, not 7. And I know I'm talking to folk who don't lie, but bear with me now. But that's what it's come to. And that's why when we don't go vote, when we don't activate our communities, we'll end up with somebody like what we have now. God bless you.
Well, you know what we say. We can do better than that. Thank you, Bennie. Thank you. At this time, we'll have Brother Cedric Roberts.